My name's Rick Tenney, and I'm from Ohio. And my full-time position is graphic designer. Recently, I've been trading a lot of manual days just because I enjoy it. And this morning was kind of a difficult day. It's a very choppy market this morning, so stupidly, I continued to trade, but I was down about 600 bucks, and I usually allow myself about $500 per day. So over 600, and I just decided I'm done. And then I kind of thought to myself, I wonder what would happen if I remove the emotion from the trading and just turn the software on and use TradeSoftPro. So I turned it on and forgot about it. I basically turned my back on it, and within about 10 minutes, it initiated a trade. I made all of the loss back and ended up in the green for the end of the day by a couple of $100. So even though I was only up a couple $100, it made over $800. So I had a really great morning because of that. So I have TradeSoft Pro to thank
Yeah.
for that.
Um, hey, my name's Kyle. A little bit about my background. I'm retired Navy. I did 22 years of service and currently an airline pilot, as well as own real estate. And my wife and I, we own a Montessori school. So needless to say, my life is pretty busy. I don't have a lot of free time. That's probably one of the big reasons why I ended up purchasing the TradeSoft Pro program because of the likelihood of having to not spend so much time actually doing things hands-on. So the thing about TradeSoft Pro that caught my attention, wanted me to learn more is the automated nature of it, right? You know, we're all busy. I want to be able to set and forget, but I also like to understand the background behind it. So this was able to do both. I was able to learn more about what day trading actually is so that I can understand better how the software works so then I could feel more confident about it. So I've actually honestly learned a lot more about trading and technical analysis since I purchased the software, as it's been kind of a forcing function, than I ever did before. And so it's twofold. I have the automated nature of it, and I know a lot more about
I mean, for me, it's the automation.
it.
Like I'm interested in trading, but I still have a 9 to 5 job, so it's nice to be able to just set it and forget it. So I don't have to worry about doing manual trades, and I don't know really enough that if
Yeah.
I get into manual trades, I'm just probably gonna lose money. So to me, it takes all of the, analysis, and, it reduces the risk to me, and it's convenient because I can turn it on and go to work and it trades while I'm at work. And for a while there, I was getting really excited about it because it was winning like 500 bucks a day. And I was sitting at work going, damn, this thing made more money than I'm going to make all day. And it made it in the first 5 minutes of the trading day. So I was telling
Yeah.
that's when we got real excited about it. We're like, well, let's do two, And we
Yeah.
had a couple of days where it made $1,000 in the first 5 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, this is awesome.
I did do multiple markets because I
Mhm.
wanted to see how the program reacted to each market.
Sure.
Um, and then now I pretty much left on Tim knows because when we first started talking about this, my goal is to set it and forget it. I mean, check
Yep.
on it,
Yep.
but set it and forget it ultimately, because work is just, I love my job. So, I enjoy the work and I don't want to stop doing that, but I don't want to be sitting in front of a computer monitoring this all day long
Right.
either.
Yeah. One thing I noticed immediately after starting to use TradeSoft Pro was that it was making trades, and I didn't quite understand the reasoning behind it. So I like to dig into the details. I'd like to try and figure out, okay, what is the entry criteria? What are the exit criteria? Is it chasing? Is it following? What does the software do uh, that allows it to make overall net positive results? And as I learn more about it, it really is the fact that the software has all of these metrics and can do it so much faster than you can analyze it and execute the trade and end up being a net positive. You may still have the same criteria, but it sees it faster. because it's analyzing the data in real time, whereas you're having to process it and then like, okay, and then you have to overcome the feelings that you're having. Is this the right time or not? And by that time, you're delayed and you may have missed the window where it would be a positive trade. So you might enter the trade with using the same criteria and end up losing money, whereas the software will have a net positive.
The ease of use alone, not even talking about the trading part, but just activating it. I mean, you click a couple buttons and it's activated. You're good to go, um, no stressing over, trying to use ATMs if you're using NinjaTrader, something like that. It's already automated. So again, like you were saying, I have the ability to execute my trade, but it's usually late. You know what I mean? If you sit side by side with TradeSoftPro running and myself manually, it initiates a trade before I can. Exactly precisely when to enter that trade. Me, I'm going to miss it by a split second or, a second or two. And that has made a difference in the past. I had one time where I was testing it out right after I got it, and everything was set up, and I had a chart on the left and I had TradeSoftPro set up for that. And then I had a manual on the right. And I decided I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try executing a trade when it does. It initiated the trade, and I hurried up as fast as I could. And I wasn't doing anything else. I wasn't distracted. I'm paying attention to my screen. I clicked the button and entered the trade manually as well when I saw that it initiated a trade. It went through the whole trade, and then I stopped out. I closed my trade when it stopped. And the software made probably about $1,400, and I made about $800. So that shows you the difference in just microseconds, So, I mean, there's lots of things that sold me on TradeSoftPro. It'll make like, $1,200 or, $900 one day. And then, like the very next day, I'll trade with it and it might only make 200. And I'm like greedy. And I'm thinking, well, yesterday it made 900. I want to make another 6, and I'll jump in thinking I got this. Next thing you know, I'm down 1,500 freaking dollars, So
I do this.
yeah, recently I've been running it more often and it's winning a lot. So I'm looking to trade with it, consistently. I would say whether you're a trader or not and you're interested in getting into it, TradeSoftPro is a great option to go with just because it makes the decisions for you. It's automated. So you don't really have to worry about learning a lot of things. I started trading back in the late 80s, and, I know a lot about the markets that other people don't. This software removes all of that need, so I would suggest if you want to try it, go for it, because you can make money with it.
Was losing. I did about a 2-week test before I went live, and then had 3 successful days in a row. I'm like, yeah, this is great. And then all of a sudden, it reversed, which I knew it was, I mean, that's just the market. I've been playing around the market long enough. I know how it,
The software has changed my trading results and my confidence in the software, especially over the various iterations. Having gone on board with Igor pretty early on, I was able to see the different iterations that he's done, and each one gets better. Each one has more profit. Each one has more reliable predictability of net positive results. And for that reason alone, this product has been great. I have the confidence to be able to set it, walk away, come back, see the results. Not every day's a winner, but most days are. And I have the confidence that I'm not going to come back and see a $0 bank account. My favorite feature about TradeSoftPro is the automated nature about it, but more so the fact that you can set it for certain times of the day. You can have it turn on at a certain time, and you can have it turn off at a certain time. So based on your knowledge of the markets or things that you've learned about when markets are the most profitable as it relates to the software, you can set it for a specific amount of time. It also allows you to gauge your risk tolerance. You can set it for a short amount of time. You can set it for a longer period of time. You can set it for multiple times out of the day. and you can turn it on and then leave it. And then you can come back at the end of the day and see how it does. You can then analyze the performance. Okay, what did it do well? What did it not do well? You can see what times of the day are going to be good or not good. What the software is going to be more of a net positive than other times of the day. So that customization ability of the software to turn on and off at certain times is probably my favorite feature.
Yes. No, absolutely. The software is set up for me to achieve my goal, which is set and forget. I don't want to sit there and monitor it and watch it. That's not my personality. As much as I try not to, have fear and greed installed, I'm an old dog and you can't teach me new tricks. So,
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, I've gotten a lot better in the 5 years I've been trading, but it's just, sometimes it just kicks in. So this program, ultimately, I feel is designed for people like me that either just have busy schedules, or just someone who cannot sit there and watch the candles move especially in a volatile market. And it helps to be able to just have the confidence to step away and trust the system, the program.
The ease of use. I mean, it is so easy. Once it's installed, you just click a few buttons and it goes. It's amazing.
Things that are possible for me now that it wasn't before is I don't have to watch it every single day. I can turn it on, set it, and forget it, and come back later and see what it did. And I can do that on a consistent basis. I actually purchased my own dedicated computer just to run the software so I can take my laptop with me when I'm on the road. And that ability to leave it, set it, forget it on a daily basis has been, a huge time saver.
It's all about the automation. I mean, it just really can't beat the automation.
Some people asking about this one guy. He said, "Oh, it's kind of pricey," and I said, "How is it pricey?"
Yeah.
A great example is I tell people if you go to buy a house, you get to invest in real estate. You buy a house for $100,000. That's an average price, right? You got to put up a down payment, so say $20,000. Then you have closing costs, another 5,000. Then you got repairs, maybe another 10. So you got 30, 40 grand tied up in this before there's any coming in. Then you got to do marketing. Then you got to screen people. And of course, I'm assuming you're getting a mortgage. If you're paying cash, of course, it's a lot more.
Right.
Try to keep the minimum amount invested. You got 30, say 40 grand, and you rent it out. And after all your expenses, you might cash flow what, $200 maybe? Let's say 500, being generous. That's 6,000 a year. I do one trade and make $1,500.
Yeah.
And you're half of that investment, and that's one day. That's not a year. That's in one day. So I was showing him. I said, "Look, here's my return. My return's over 500% since the first of the year. What investment can you get that generates over 500%? Have 500% return on your investment?"
Yeah.
I said, "You show me, and I'll buy it." Because it
Yeah.
doesn't exist. This is the only thing I've found that's like that. That's why I said, for that reason, this is probably the most profitable product I've ever seen. Real estate, I've made more money on real estate than I have anything else.
Yeah.
And, I teach people and, actively participate in it. And this thing's amazing. And that was my pitch. That's my 2 cents when I say it. Just
Yeah.
my experience with other people that were looking to buy the software that I mentored, and they're like, "Wow, if you think that that's it, I'm in."
Yeah.
And several of them have done testimonials too, not just because I said to do it, but when I explain why and it makes sense, they're like, "Yeah, that makes sense." Like, and I said the same thing about real estate. Again, they made money with real estate, but you don't have to deal with negotiating with the sellers. You don't have to deal with real estate. You don't have to deal with contractors. You don't have to deal with banks. You don't have to qualify for loans. You don't have to have a good credit score. You don't have to worry about dealing with tenants, going through evictions, attorneys. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a nightmare. Even any one of those would deter me, let alone all of them together. It makes it even worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it makes me think, why in the world I get involved in real estate? But you have to think too, you want to be diverse. So, this trading is cash flow, it's income.
Yeah.
So you still need the real estate to offset that for tax purposes. I'm trading my IRA, and if I was trading cash, all the money I made this year, I'd be paying a buttload of taxes. But
Oh
since it's in the
yeah.
IRA, I don't have to pay any taxes on it until I pull it out.
Right. Yeah.
So that's an advantage a lot of people are doing too. I have a couple of people that signed up, have high incomes. A couple of them
Mhm.
make over $1 million a year. And they're like, well, I don't want something that's going to pay more taxes. Cover the taxes, that's fine. But it's income. So why would you turn it down? You would expand your business or start another business if it generated the same income from your business. This is the same thing, only at a much lower cost, a lot less headaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But he said, one guy I'm thinking of, so if I do it in my IRA, that would make more sense. So he set his up, he does all his stuff in the IRA.
After I manually traded and lost over $2,000 one day and got my cash account, it started at 5,000 and I drained it down to 1,700. Since then, it has come back. I've gained over $5,000 since then using that blend and not touching it. Yeah, since early December running YM. Maybe it was November. Anyway, running 2040 on YM with Z4. It's up probably about 4,500 overall. But it's been on a tear. It's been doing really well.